What's going on, family? It's Eleanor, your favorite emotionally unavailable YouTuber, back for another triggering video. Like, share, and subscribe for more dismissive avoidant content. And getting right into today's video, do I ever regret losing you as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style? And the answer is, it's complicated, right? Yes, I can regret losing you, but the people that I regret losing are very few and far between. To be completely honest with you, there's only really one person that I regret losing. And that particular person, there's certain reasons why, and I'm going to get into that a little later. But yes, I can regret losing you, but I regret losing you. I miss parts of you. I miss parts of the relationship. I regret the fact that we are no longer speaking, because if you know me, if you're a loyal subscriber, you know, once a relationship ends, it's no contact for me forever. I don't do that spinning the block stuff. I can regret not speaking to you and fully understand and accept the fact that we are not meant to be together, that I was supposed to go my separate way and you were supposed to go yours permanently. Just because I regret losing you does not mean that I desire to reconcile. And it doesn't mean that even if I did desire to reconcile, that I'm going to take any action to do so. So for me, when do I feel regret? When do I regret losing someone? I only regret losing someone if I felt very safe with them. Like, I regret losing this person because they were a safe place. I could say the unhinged stuff that I think and feel. If you're hurt by the things that I say on this channel, which is, it's watered down, people's feelings would really be hurt. I could say the unhinged stuff to this person and they understood because they were very similar. You know what I mean? Or no, you don't. That's why you're subscribing and listening to this absolute nonsense, right? I was able to just be free. I could take the space that I need, right? So this person was a safe space for me. I was a safe space for them. It's kind of like, it wasn't kind of like, it was very much that we just understood each other without it having to be spoken, without it having to be explained, and that's very rare. And so that's the thing, the rarity, a certain set of circumstances, and everything would have been great if it could have just stayed the way that it was. When I don't feel regret, right? So I had to feel extremely safe with someone to feel like I regret the fact that we're no longer speaking. When I don't feel regret is when I felt very suffocated and overwhelmed by the situation. If I felt like I was losing my autonomy, if I felt like I couldn't take the space or have the space that I needed, if I felt like you were trying to control me, if I never invested emotionally, in which you would know, because there are certain things that I would be doing in certain ways that I would be showing up in a relationship, you would very much know. If there was high drama in the relationship between me and you at the end, I do not regret losing you. Because for me, if there was a lot of tension at the end and going back and forth, that was me trying to save it and do what I could do and try, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to argue or fight with somebody if I don't care, right? I cared, now I don't. I got maxed out. Whether you left, whether I left, it doesn't matter. I fully understand in those situations, and that comes with the acceptance. Like, I understand why, and especially when you have those wild endings, it makes it so much clearer, because it's a lot easier to remember the ending than you do the beginning and the stuff in the middle. So when I have these wild endings, which are very few and far between, when somebody's acted a stone cold fool, it's very easy to keep my distance. There's nothing to regret there, because I feel like the way a person leaves a relationship tells you a lot about them. So that person showed me everything that I needed to see. You know what I mean? Nothing to regret. It was all out there. I enjoyed my time and there's no need for me to go back there. And what regret looks like for me, for those of you wanting to know, how will I know if this person regrets losing me? You probably won't. Regret for me doesn't look like me reaching out to check on you. I don't do that. Regret for me does not look like me watching your story. I want no contact. I'm not creating a fake profile to see what the hell you got going on. For me, it looks like me moving on. It doesn't look like anything at all. It looks like me moving forward without you. It looks like me being unaffected. It looks like me finding new things to do. It looks like me focusing on family. It doesn't look like me being sad. I'm not going to sit there and be sad or externally show that I'm sad. First of all, when a situation ends, my first response is to be relieved. So if you're looking immediately to see if I regret losing you, you're not going to see anything anyway, whether I regret losing you later or if I don't, because I'm just going to be relieved and take full advantage of that freedom, right? Doing things by myself, not having to check in with somebody. So, and again, the no contact part, you won't be able to see me. I won't be checking for you. It's going to look like I dropped off the face of the earth, and I'm going to try my best to not be focusing on you at all and moving forward. What this means for you. Regret. Even if I do miss you, even if I do miss having a good time with you, even if I do miss being able to have these really transparent, we listen and we don't judge conversations, it doesn't mean that I'm going to want to reconnect. Because even when I feel like, man, maybe I could just reach out to that person, or maybe I could just respond to this person's attempts, right? Because this one person in particular is really struggling with the fact that we're in no contact. I'm always going to take the time to stop, sit back, and reflect on the entire relationship, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I'm going to stop and take that pause and go back and look at the reasons why we are actually in a no contact situation, why we are actually no longer speaking, why the relationship, why the friendship, right? Why it is in the place where it is. And I'm going to find the reasons, And when I find the reasons, that's all I need to continue to not have contact with you. That's all I need to continue to say, you know what? I really enjoyed everything that I experienced with this person in the time that we had, but that doesn't mean that I need to maintain a relationship with this person. That doesn't mean that I need to still have access to this individual. It does not mean that you need to have access or this individual needs to have access to me. I guess all in all, you probably won't know if I regret losing you unless I reach out and tell you, unless I make it very obvious to you, probably in a very direct way, that I am missing you or I'm wanting to reconnect. But for me, that's not something that's happened. So I guess I really couldn't speak on that. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and tapping in. Check the playlist and see what else I have going on. I've dropped a video every day this week. Like, share, and subscribe. Do I ever regret losing you as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style? Yes, but it is complicated. When do I feel regret? I only feel regret if I felt safe with you. I don't feel regret when things got crazy, when I got overwhelmed, when I felt like you were trying to control me. And regret for me looks very different. It looks like I'm just moving on and I'm not thinking about it whatsoever. So what it means is you may not see it and I'm probably not going to come back. Like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thank you for your time and keep it real.